What's up, my people? Yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Average Man Podcast. I'm here today to get some clarity, I guess, on this transgender thing. I'm sick of it, pretty much. But first and foremost, I'll give an honor to God, head of my life. Um, I pray for all those who are sick and distressed financially, mentally, homeless people, war torn people across the world. Praying for um, my pastor in our church and all of leaders, religious leaders across the world, and our leaders of this country and the world. Bless us all. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So, dig, I am sick and tired of the transgender forceful movement amongst our children. Uh, I would like to give a shout out to the one transgender that just was murdered, beaten, tortured. No, nobody's agreeing with that. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not in favor for all of that. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do what you're gonna do, I'm not God. No one's God. We don't have a heaven hell to put you in. That's your decision. You make your decision. In America, you have the free right to make your decision. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, no. Violence amongst these people, uh, no. Terrible. Terrible. But I also want to say that to force your gender on people who don't want their children playing with your transgender children, you know, it shouldn't be forced upon us. It shouldn't be forced upon us. It just shouldn't. I mean, I'm just saying it's not a big deal. Start your own leagues. Start your own transgender league. Why is it so big of a deal that you have to play with girls? Um, hate monger guy. No, I, I'm a devout Christian. I believe we should love everyone. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, my ancestors were brought here in chains and beaten, and were made to build and pick cotton and hung for another group of people's pleasure. I'm not with that. You know, if you choose to allow your child to ignore God, because that's basically what you're doing. You're ignoring God, and instead of training the child in the way that it should go, you conform to the ways of the world. Conforming to the ways of the world will get you world consequences, okay? And that's fine. I just know that if you want to play sports, fine. Start your own leagues. Um, because you remove or take hormones and all of this to make yourself something that you're not, then you should play with those same people. Don't force it. Don't force it on people who want to who don't want it. I mean, I've taken a survey. You know, I coach baseball. I coach basketball. I've coached football. I've raised children. I've worked at rec centers. And I know that boys are a little rougher than girls. Now, just because you take hormones and sometimes remove parts doesn't make that doesn't make you a female. You're still a male. You know, Donald Trump just signed an executive order yesterday, uh, due to the fact that uh, a woman volleyball player playing with a transgender man pretending to be a woman, um, spiked the ball directly into her face and broke her face, with severe brain damage. Um, there was a boxer, I'm told, in the Olympics. The lady's statement was, "I've never been hit this hard by a female in my life." Well, that's because you're still a man and you want to force your insecurities amongst people who don't want it. Your civil rights are not the same as black people being uh, dogs sinked on us, water hoses, uh, people spitting in our faces because we wanted to just simply eat at the counter. No, totally different. And then a lot of you older transgender people and gay people and all of you people are rude and disrespectful and forceful as hell. I watched the Massachusetts thing, and they don't come out normally. They come out looking like clowns. One guy had on white makeup, black eyebrows, looking like the old 60s Batman, white gloves, and was hollering about being in fear of Donald Trump. Oh, I think you have a little more to be in fear of if you don't really understand what's going on. I mean, and then I think it whatever threatened to make it worse, and they made Massachusetts the safe haven for transgender people. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Go there. Leave us normal folks. Leave us alone. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. It's like, come on, come on. Like, wow. It never ceases to fail how the Democratic Party is upholding this madness, and those ladies on the View. Oh, we can't normalize Trump. Don't normalize Trump, but you will normalize transgender. How is that normal? It's not normal. It's not normal. And people should stop saying that it's normal because it's not. It's not normal. It's not normal for a man or a woman to remove parts from their body to be something that they weren't created to be. It's not. It's not. It ain't cool. I mean, biblically, it's not cool. Now, that's all I'm saying. That's my opinion. Again, love you and respect you. You know, have to love you. That's uh, that's what Christianity is about. It's about loving thy neighbor as thyself. My son asked me, Dad, so, we're doing these paint jobs. So you're telling me that if a homosexual man uh, came to you needing a job to do work, would you discriminate against him? Of course not. No, no, because my only concern is can you cut? Can you paint? Can you roll? This apartment or whatever project we're on for the right price and get it done neatly, cleanly, in an expedient time. Now, after you're done painting, you can go do whatever you want to do in your lifestyle. That's on you. Got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Got nothing to do with me. So that's my stance on it. I believe President Obama said the same thing. He said something to the fact that he believes that uh, marriage is a union between a man and a woman. But at the same time, we don't want people out here uh, just blatantly disrespecting these people, beating them up and torturing them and making them feel unsafe or whatever. I mean, But now being feeling the feeling of safety, okay, is one thing. But then you have to act the part too. Like if you guys would just go to transgender meeting, Congress, Massachusetts, or something like that, just look it up. You will see what I mean. How rude and disrespectful they are. They are forceful. They are very entitled. They are very, and it's not cool. It's not cool. Um, I pray that we get some clarity on it. I pray that they would just stay in their lanes. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be in sports so bad, it's a it's a bunch of transgender people. It's a bunch of LGBTQ community. Hey man, start your own leagues. Play with the people like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, uh, here we go. Another situation about when it was time to keep prayer in the schools. It was too big of a deal. No, we can't. It's too much stuff. But these people are spending extra money, millions and millions. Oh, I got to do the Donald Trump. Millions and millions, millions and millions of dollars. You know, with bathrooms, gender equality bathrooms, and this, and doing prayer to do prayer meant nothing but an extra room where my Muslim sisters and brothers could go and bow down to the east. Uh, we could have prayer in the schools. You remember prayer when I was a kid? We made sure we said the Lord's Prayer and we did the Pledge of Allegiance. You know what I mean? They took that out of schools, period, along with every other thing they've taken away from schools due to funding. They've taken away uh, metal working shop, wood shop. They're trying to take away band. Uh, First thing I used to say all the time, it's the first thing they do. They take stuff away from the very people who we need to be growing the schools. So I just wanted to get that out. I'm about to go to work here pretty soon, but I really needed to get that out off of my chest, man. I'm the Average Man podcast. Um, and these other shows, they always show something bad that Trump or Elon is doing. They didn't show the unity of all of those people who surrounded Trump and cheered on Trump to make it man and woman, to make it where transgender men cannot play in women's sports, transgender men playing in woman and girl sports shouldn't be. At the end of the day, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Another episode of the Average Man Podcast. Uh, I'm working to get better with this thing, y'all. I'm telling you. I really want to know how to. I really got to learn how to do that screen record thing. It's easy. It's easy. Well, I haven't found it to be that dang blasted easy, but I like to end each of my shows. I like to begin with a prayer, and I like to end with a simple a simple tag with trust God. I want to send a shout out to the Cartier family podcaster group. My inspiration; those guys are my inspiration. Um, and there's one other guy. Um, what is his name? Man. Darby. But anyway, um, uh, forgive me, bro. But if you should happen to just come across this podcast, man, and just, hey, man, you guys are really giving me the inspiration to keep moving with this. And let the truth set you free. And everybody, um, let's just calm down. Um, it's only like 3 weeks of Trump. Like it, love it, or leave it. It's only been 3 weeks. So, with, with all of that, I got to say, trust God, people. Study for yourself. Don't just listen to what the media is trying to tell you. Don't just listen to any old propaganda. You can't just ride on any boat these days. You have to open your minds and hearts to something different. Um, and with that, you guys have a good night. Average Man Podcast signing out. Peace.